Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation, and I am so excited to bring you today the Gemini money and career video where I'm going to give you the 3 top secrets about Gemini's money. And it is pretty darn interesting because Geminis are interesting. So if you know a Gemini, or if you know somebody or have these particular placements, then this video is especially for you. So Gemini sun sign or moon sign, or if you are Gemini rising, or if you have Venus or Mars there, or even Jupiter in Gemini, you don't want to miss this video. Also, if you have Gemini on the Midheaven, right there on the 10th house cusp, that's at the highest point in your chart, this video is for you. Or if you have Venus in any sign, it doesn't matter what sign, but if you have it in the 3rd house, that is that bonus placement, and you will want to watch this video, and it will probably resonate with you, and it will probably help you understand your relationship to money and how money finds you. Also, you should watch all the videos in this series around your moon sign, your Venus, your rising, your midheaven, whatever sign you have in the 2nd house as well. Okay, so this video is going to be kind of exciting. So Gemini is interesting, and they're fascinating because they're multifaceted and they are complex. And right when you think you know them, you come to understand that you don't. Geminis are full of surprises, and this video will probably be full of some surprises for you too. I also hope if you are a Gemini that you will watch my entire Gemini playlist, because I go into great detail about the truths of Gemini. I like to go a little deeper than just the superficial stereotype. I like to give you the nitty-gritty and the raw. So also, will you please like this video if you do in fact like it, and share it with other people so it can get pushed out there a little bit. I think that this series is getting a little bit buried, and if you guys all like it, it will help the Geminis, and those who really want to see it, they'll be able to at least find it. So we're going to talk about secret number 1, their relationship to money. Geminis are the curious beasts of the zodiac. You all know that curiosity killed the cat, right? Whoever made that saying up, curiosity killed the cat, I definitely believe that that either came from a Gemini or somebody who knew a Gemini, because their curiosity can get them into boatloads of trouble. Geminis can feel like they never have enough. They can feel like they always want something more. And they suffer deep down inside from something called discontentment. Right when they have saved up for the Escalade, they figure out, or they think, I want the Porsche. And so then they think, maybe that's too small or too expensive. And so they want the efficiency hybrid. And then they get tired of how slow that rolls. So then they decide to take the hit on the lease, pay the penalty, and get the gosh darn Volvo, only to go all the way back around and feel like, maybe I made a mistake. And that's because Geminis love options, options, options. They love having choices. And when they settle on a choice, there's this discontentment that bubbles up, and then they feel like they start to regret their mistakes, or they start to think that they made a mistake when in fact they probably didn't. So one thing that's really true about Geminis is they want more. They want more knowledge. They want more books. They want more classes. They want more education. They want more toys, adventures. They want more experiences. And they have a hard time being content with whatever it is they have right now. You know, they vibrate with this open heart, and they have these huge, huge high happiness vibes. You can see it when you meet your Gemini for the very first time, and it's exciting. They're optimistic usually. And so for all these reasons, they have a tendency to lean more towards spenders rather than being savers. Yeah, they can get addicted to things that they believe will make them happy and will make other people happy. They can get addicted to spending their money on things that they feel will teach them something new, because they are addicted to learning all about life. It's that curiosity thing, right? Curiosity did kill the cat. And so because of this, they can actually end up spending their money in ways that they know maybe they really shouldn't, like, oh, I really shouldn't, but they do. Even if they know that they should not buy a certain thing because they already have a different version of the same thing in their closet, they still sheepishly might go and buy it. And they can also be a little bit of clutterers. I know I'm spilling the beans and I'm giving some secrets. It's oftentimes because their closets are just overflowing with too many clothes, but they'll feel like, I just don't have anything to wear. Their pantries are cluttered too, but of course they don't have anything to eat. Their garages are overflowing, but they can't find that pool raft that they need this weekend. So they'll just go to Target and buy another pool raft just out of the ease and convenience, so they don't have to climb up on the ladder and like search for this gosh darn pool raft that they bought 5 years ago that they haven't used. They're always on the move, always in the groove. There's always going places. They can't remember where they put something. They like the ease of just grab and go because they are usually late because they're too busy because they have so much on their plate. And so it's just easier to just go buy that beach towel or buy that pool raft or buy that thing that they know that they have, but it's too hard to find. And they kind of make their lives a little bit more complex because they crave simplicity. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but if you're a Gemini and you can relate to that, tell me in the comments below. They can create more chaos because they just don't have time all the time that they need to organize all their stuff and create efficiency. So that's how they get into the bad habit of buying. It's just easier to go out and buy another thing that you don't need. And that's how Geminis like get in over their head bit by bit by bit by bit. Now, not all Geminis are scattered and disorganized. I actually know some super highly organized Geminis. It is a little bit more rare to be a highly organized Gemini than a disorganized Gemini. And that's because they are so stinking busy. So tell me, are you the more scattered Gemini that has too much on your plate so you don't have time to organize your life? Or are you the more detailed and highly efficient and organized Gemini? Because both exist. Which one are you? I want to know. And tell me if you can relate. So Geminis are kind of impulsive spenders because they love to live life to the fullest. They're like Sagittarius is like that. And I think that Sagittarius and Gemini is the very best, hands down opposition in the entire zodiac. They actually go well together where all the other oppositions really struggle. So they're a lot like Sagittarius is. So if you know Sagittarius who likes to live life to the fullest and take a bite out of that apple, that's how Geminis are too. Okay, tell me if this is true. So many Geminis, not all, but many Geminis have credit cards galore. And they have these big fat balances on their credit cards too. And if you are a true friend to your Gemini, do them a favor and pay off that credit card for them. They'll love you forever. Okay, why do they have so many credit cards? You know, Geminis love to get the extra points for signing up or the gift with purchase or whatever perks or bennies that the card that they're going to sign up for gives them until they learn the lesson the hard way, right? And they usually do. Be a friend and don't let your Gemini, or be your own friend and don't let yourself sign up for one more card, one more point system, one more perks, one more set of adventures that come with this purchase of this card. No. You know, Gemini might not even like the card or even go to that store very often. They just are curious to know, what are the perks? I want to know. What are the rewards? What do I get if I sign up? So Geminis can be like the super consumers of the zodiac. Like they buy whatever they are into in that particular moment. So they could end up buying the timeshare when they're visiting Hawaii, or the wooden flute when it sounds so amazing, right? Because they actually think they're going to go home and learn how to play the wooden flute. Yeah, they are. They could meet a guy who's like selling banjos on the street and they're going to buy one thinking they're going home and taking banjo lessons when they never are. Are you like that, Gemini? I love you. I love Geminis. I love my Geminis. Or they'll buy the airplane because they think that they want to be a pilot someday, or the kitten in the box that they really can't keep. You get the idea. They go with their ideas and they have this open spirit. They are the Peter Pan of the zodiac. They are Peter Pan fun. And I mean, they are just flat out the fun makers, and they don't want to slow down for nothing. Okay, secret number 2. What are the very best jobs for Gemini? I am not joking when I say this, okay? And this is no cop out. This is the truth. This is the secret. Anything. Geminis can do anything. If you can think it, they can do it. It's true. My dad is a Gemini. I've talked a lot about him in my videos. He started out as driving a bus in downtown Chicago in the 50s. And then he went on to become an air traffic controller. And then he sold turquoise jewelry off an Indian reservation. And he actually worked in mental health on an Indian tribe down in Tucson, Arizona, helping the Native Americans. And then he became an air traffic controller, as I mentioned. And then his last career was with the International Civil Aviation Organization with the United Nations. He became a diplomat. I'm not even making that up. That's like true. And that is so Gemini. Gemini like does not usually do one job for a whole lifetime. I talk about Geminis like mosaics. Like each little tile piece creates a bigger picture in a mosaic. They can truly do anything. I'll tell you a couple of things. And if you think about the jobs that I just mentioned, those jobs that my dad did all have these characteristics. Geminis love people. They love people, they love learning, they love knowledge, they love communicating. They love a job that requires the mind and communication. They also like writing. They are amazing, amazing networkers. They can talk to anyone from around the world, even if they don't speak the same language. My dad actually married a woman who spoke a different language. She didn't even speak English, and they got married. She probably knew 5 sentences. And I'm not doing this video based on him. He's just a great example of Gemini. They love communicating with people. So they need a job where they can talk. They would make brilliant journalists, and they would make brilliant international journalists. They love exploring new ideas, new places, new ways of communicating, and new people. They are excellent at marketing. They make incredible teachers and writers and tour guides. And they are fantastic at working with data and research and organizing a massive amount of information or data. They make brilliant scientists, and they can be masters in the technology field. And they are great doctors and phenomenal nurses because they can be warm and friendly. They have this disposition to truly help others, but they have this objectivity, and they come from this high capability of being able to detach from really intense emotional situations. And they're usually fast thinking and fast moving in emergency situations. And they can apply high knowledge under serious, serious pressure. My beautiful Gemini sister is a nurse in the emergency department at a high traffic hospital in Arizona. They need a job where there's quick thinking, quick moving, high intelligence is necessary. And they also like to be in a little bit of a pressure cooker, because that pressure cooker creates an adrenaline, and they get addicted to that. They like that. You know, one of the most interesting things about a Gemini is they're both right and left brained. They're fantastic at writing and reading and the liberal arts, and they're also brilliant at math and science. It's crazy. They're like ambidextrous. And that's why they're so darn interesting. That's why they can talk to anybody about anything, anywhere, anytime, right? That's Gemini. Okay, so the worst job for Gemini would be to talk to no one, learn nothing, and be totally alone. Like solitary confinement would seriously kill a Gemini. That's actually how you kill a Gemini, if you did want to know. A job in solitary confinement, having no friends, no one to talk to, no book to read, can't learn anything, can't connect with anyone. Oh, that would be hell on earth for a Gemini. Oh my gosh, one more important thing. Geminis are notoriously non-judgmental. Are you a Gemini, and would you consider yourself non-judgmental? My sister and my father are so non-judgmental. I could bring any issue, any problem, and they would listen to me with a straight face. They're wonderful that way. So Geminis are really good at jobs that require an open mind with no judgment. A great Gemini job might be something like working with addicts or addiction or the homeless or in prisons or in courts. I'm telling you, they can do anything. I will say though that Geminis really don't love the corporate, hubbubaloo. Say that 3 times. They don't like the corporate cubicle. I mean, they can do it. Plenty of them do it, and they aren't pretentious usually, so they're happy to pay their dues, and they will pay their dues. They'll roll up their sleeves and put a smile on their face, and they will do the corporate cubicle job, and they will cheer up the people in the office, and but soon they're going to feel like their wings are so clipped in this office job. I mean, I will say though that they do like lunch breaks, and they like the water cooler time. Do you guys know the water cooler time? That's where everybody gathers around and kind of gossips, and they like the lunchroom chit chat. And that's because they like people. They like to connect, and they like to talk, and they like to share ideas. But in truth, thumbs down. They're not really built for the office. They need more room to move, and they prefer like going to the dinner party. If they're going to be in a corporate job, they prefer doing the dinner parties, the events where they can network, where they can make sales calls, or they can go rub shoulders with the interesting people in the, in the networking party or the after hours party, or they're going to be the social director of the office creating the happy hours, right? They need people. They need to experience new flavors and new energy. Can you relate to this video? If you're a Gemini, I want to know, what do you think? What job do you do? Let's build a Gemini community and tell everybody if you like your job and what job you're doing. Like, oh, I love this job and this is what I'm doing. Or, oh, she's right, I'm sitting in a cubicle all day as an administrative assistant and ugh. But if there's enough excitement in the cubicle job and enough movement, enough socializing and enough connection with other people, then that could bring you joy. I think Geminis are the most adaptable and versatile people in the work professions, more so than any zodiac sign. They are so highly capable. If they put their mind to it, they could do absolutely any job in the world. They could throw pots, to stripping. I'm not joking. See, Geminis see the world in possibilities and opportunities, and they don't really come out of the womb or know early in life what they want to do. Who do I want to be when I grow up? They actually take a long time to figure themselves out, and they can feel a little lost, a little bit like a Sag or a Pisces, because they're mutable, and they don't always have a clear vision about who they want to be or what job they want to do. So Geminis, I want to tell you right now, do not feel badly about yourself if you still don't totally know what you want to do. And that's because you see the world in opportunities. You see the world in adventure. You see the world in what thing do I want to learn next? What thing do I want to loan my energy to, right? And so it's not going to be just one thing. This is not the Taurus video, nor is this the Cancer video. And it's not that they're not loyal. It's that their minds run so quickly, and so do their attention spans, that they hate just having to pick just one thing and sticking to just one thing forever and ever and ever and ever. That's a snooze fest. They hate that. Also, they're just so smart and they're so versatile that they grow in their careers and they grow in their life and in their experience fast. These people are on the fast track. They basically are on the fast track of life. Geminis cannot stand being stuck. They don't like being stuck in line. They don't like being stuck on a train. They don't like being stuck in an airline seat. They don't like being stuck in a career. They don't like being stuck in a marriage. They don't like being stuck in a role. They don't like being stuck. They hate it, as a matter of fact. They don't like standing still in a corporate job. They will actually even pick a lower paying job if it's more interesting and if there is more upward mobility and more changeability, rather than the higher paying job where they do one thing for their whole life. Yeah. Now, if you're a Gemini and you just can't relate and you're like, Meredith, I've done the same thing for 40 years and I really like it. Well, it probably has versatility in it, and it probably has enough interesting, multifaceted components to it. It probably has enough people skills in it. You probably feel like there's always more to master. And if not, if you are in a dead end, boring job and you are just happy as a little lamb, well, then you probably have your Venus or your Mercury in Taurus or in Cancer. I am betting, and you should know where your placements are. So I just want to say, if you haven't gotten your gorgeous natal chart from me, go down to the notes below and click on my website, soulnavigation.com, and click on the shop tab and treat yourself to one of my gorgeous natal charts, because I show you where every single thing is in your chart. And if you can afford it, get the starter package. Just buy it, because it's a whole novel all about you. And some of them, I've seen them go up to 35 pages long. It gives you the deep dive natal report where you get to see every single aspect of your chart. Super exciting. It's thrilling. It's actually fascinating. And it makes an amazing gift. Like, if you really love somebody, get them that. It's so unique and it's so personalized. Anyways, if you're a Gemini and you're feeling really confused about, what career path should you be on? I don't know what I want to do, or I'm not sure, or I want to be a nurse and I want to be a journalist and I want to be a writer and I want to be an actress and I'm a great singer. I really want to sing, but I also want to be a pastor for my church. And right? That's perfect. That's perfect. You're perfection. You're perfection. You win at being a Gemini. That's right where you're supposed to be. That's right exactly how you're supposed to feel and think. So if you're not massively confused, especially if you're under 36 years old, you should be confused about what you really want to do. And if you've gone down a career path and you're feeling like, no, I'm not sure I want to do that anymore. Perfect. You're being a perfect Gemini. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to end up doing a lot of things in this lifetime. It's part of your journey. Now, if you're over 36, you may have mastered a craft that you really want to stick with and you want to grow it. I bet your career looks different at intervals, like every 3 years or 5 years, even if it's within the same industry or same job. I want you to have compassion for yourselves, Gemini. Don't beat yourself up. And if you have a Gemini in your life and they're always changing things, changing their mind, changing their job, changing their clothes, changing their room, I have to tell you this little Gemini story. Okay. It's a cute story. It's about my daughter. She has Venus in Gemini. Oh my gosh. I had it with her. I was up to here. I was up to my eyeballs in frustration, because like every third day I would go up to her bedroom and she would change out the entire theme. Okay. I'm not talking about just, change out the pillowcases. No, she moved all her back-breaking heavy furniture at 11 years old. Like, it should take 2 grown men to lift her dresser and move it to the other side of the room. I don't know how she did it. It was like bibbity bobbity boo. And she had it poofed over to the other side of the room. She hung things like drapery from her ceiling ceiling. She got lights. She saves up all her money for room decor to change out the theme song of her room decor like every 3 days. She's changing out headboards. She's changing out all the pictures in her room. She's going into my attic and getting my old childhood things and putting them up. And then the next time it's Valentine's. And then the next time it's all St. Patrick's Day. And then the next time it's white bearskin rugs. And then the next time it's pink. Next time it's black. Next time, I'm not joking. I was like, what is going on? Oh my God, it's her Gemini in Venus. I was so mad at her. I finally put a moratorium on, you will not change this room one more time. First of all, I think she's going to hurt herself. And second of all, no, you can't put one more nail in my walls. You have to pay rent. Anyways, I asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she's like, Mama, I don't know. I think I want to be a singer, but I'm not sure. But I really would love to be a painter. But I'm super good at marketing and communications. But I also like writing. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Geminis get addicted to options and choices, so much so that they like bury themselves 10 feet below all these options. And they end up feeling kind of paralyzed, not knowing which direction to go into. Because once they choose something, they start to feel strangled. Like, I'm going to get buried under this. It's too big of a commitment. And I'm never going to be allowed to change my mind. Let your Geminis change their minds. Don't be mad at them. I know I just told you the little story, about the... But come on, you agree with me, right? Like that one's a little much. Geminis get stuck in weighing the pros and cons of their choices and in their career choices. If they won 2 interviews, that would be the death of Gemini, because they would get totally stuck, especially if they were good choices. They would get so stuck in, which one do I pick? Okay, the money, the hours, the location, the upward mobility, the perks, my colleagues, a better boss, not a better boss. They get truly trapped and stuck in trying to weigh the pros and cons and decide, I'm going to give you a secret, Gemini. This is for my Geminis and my Venus and Geminis. And I hope you remember all the other aspects: Moon, rising, Mars, Venus, right? Jupiter and Gemini. And if you have Venus in the 3rd house, here's the secret. Unlock yourself. Just pick one. And go with it. Go with it until it's no longer rewarding for you. Just stick with it until the day comes where you feel that experience has sort of died inside of you. Then get a new option. It's okay. You can change it. You're not really stuck. It's just your mind saying that to you. It's just that society has said you need to pick one thing and stick with it. And, you're not loyal, and they've castigated you into these negative stereotypes, and it's not true. Let your career unfold one job at a time, step by step. Trust me, this step that you now take will lead you to your next step and the next step and the more interesting next step, until you build that absolutely gorgeous and glorious mosaic of your life. And this mosaic of your life, of your career, will be far more fascinating than most people you know. Look at my dad's career. Like, it was phenomenal. So Geminis, give yourself a break. Be nice to yourself, Gemini. And we need to be nice to Geminis. And if you can't do that, then seriously, sincerely consider getting a reading with someone on Team Soul Navigation. Consider someone from Team Soul Nav. Just go down and click on soulnavigation.com and you can look at the whole team. It is an investment in yourself that can really unlock you and break you free and get you to truly understand your gifts, your talents, and your soul's purpose. And all the readers at Team Soul Navigation are so mind-blowing. They are phenomenal. And if you don't know who to pick, you can write to me at soulnavigation1111@gmail.com and tell me a little bit about your situation, and I'll tell you who I think the best fit is for you. Okay, secret number 3. I know I'm talking a lot in this video, right? But that's because it's the Gemini video. What do Geminis need to be successful and rich and happy? I'm going to tell you right here. Options, choices, and freedom to think and speak. And people. They are the people person of the zodiac, and they have to be around people. Geminis really love and respect smart people too. They like smart people, smart jobs, and they will be really unhappy if they're not doing sort of a smarty pants job with smarty pants people. They are the brilliant strategizers of the zodiac. They are the brilliant researchers and communicators, and like I said before, the networkers, and they are capable literally of learning anything. My sister, the one that works in the emergency department as a nurse, she just figured out how to drain the entire swimming pool in Arizona and change the lighting. What? She did it from a YouTube video. That's quintessential Gemini. Well, if she can save lives, she can save the pool, right? Yeah, it's true. But anyways, they do have a silver tongue. So that, and they also are super funny. I mean, side splitting hilarious at times. And they oftentimes weave their intelligence into their humor. They use these gifts to win the interview, to get the job, to stay in the job, to get the promotion, and then grow out of the job and leave, right? And they usually have this social skill to make their bosses and their employees really like them. Geminis like to be liked. They like people, and so they want people to like them. It's a deep underlying need inside of them to connect with people. Their work usually has an element of this in it for them to really love doing it. Geminis have to be heard, and oftentimes they won't shut up. Does anyone know a shy Gemini? I know there are shy Geminis, especially if you have Cancer in your chart. You probably have Pisces or Cancer in your chart, or maybe even a little bit of Taurus, but most Geminis are not shy. Just like Leos, Leos can be shy too. There are shy Leos, there are shy Geminis, but it is kind of rare. Those are the anomalies. So Geminis are more motivated in doing a job where they get to grow their big fat brains and they get to learn tons of new things over money. They usually pick that over money. And they probably would not fare well if they were in a job that maybe paid them millions, but it was dumb and meaningless and it was a dead end going nowhere job. They would hate that. They don't like monotony. They get bored so easily. They get bored in a nanosecond. As a matter of fact, they're probably bored right now. But if you're a Gemini and you have still hung in here for all of this, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me know. Please stick with the whole video. It's their curiosity. They're already on to the next thing. They already know or are predicting what you're going to say. And inside their job, when they can predict everything, it becomes utterly monotonous, boring. They cannot stand boredom. That is their nemesis. Okay, let's talk about what's hard for Geminis. This is kind of secret number 4. I'm giving Geminis this extra bonus secret. You know, they have this insatiable appetite for knowledge that we talked about. Their minds are their deity. However, because they think so much and their minds kind of go all over the place, they can get massively scattered. And because they have a really, really hard time not scattering their energy all about, most of them deal with a very private, a very deep anxiety. Anxiety is brewing inside your Gemini, and the only way they feel they can keep their anxiety at bay is to move on, to move up, to move over, to move away, to keep moving, literally to go somewhere else. That's why they like options. And anxiety will ensue if they are feeling trapped. So they will probably experience a lot of changes in their career, not staying in one place too long. And if you are a Gemini and you don't relate, I want to know your story. So leave me a comment below and let me know your placements. Let me know, where is Gemini in your chart? By the way, wherever you have Gemini in your chart, you're going to feel like this in that subject matter. So what house do you have your Gemini in? So the remedy, or the cure, I should say, is if you have a lot of Gemini in your chart, the only way you end up feeling truly fulfilled is if you slow your extra brilliant minds down and you force your brain waves to go slower and move slower and think less. Your mind is your blessing in this lifetime. All of our minds are. But for Gemini, you revere it and you know it. And so it is truly critical and important for you to shut your mind off, relax, sleep on occasion, and even meditate if you can. Take a bubble bath, check out, don't talk to anybody, just to rejuvenate your brain. The other thing is Geminis really need to learn the other part of being a good communicator, and that is listening. They need to learn to become good listeners and to focus. You know, others in their career are going to become dependent on their intelligence, dependent on their social skills, dependent on their networking. And so they need to rein in the mind, they need to rein in the thoughts and learn how to concentrate so they can bring that massive intelligence back to work in a highly focused way so they can get the promotion. And if they don't do this, they burn out, they spin out, they get stuck in this agonizing dead end and collapse into deep exhaustion. And ultimately, they sabotage their careers and their relationships and pretty much their lives. So the big goal in life is they need to slow their minds down so they don't burn out. Burnout is a really serious thing for Gemini. Anyways, those were my 3 secrets plus my bonus secret. I love doing these videos for you, and stay tuned for the next video, my Cancer video. I'm almost done with this series. I hope you got to see all of it. And I want you to watch the videos where you have your Venus, where you have your rising, where you have your moon, because We don't do sun sign astrology. You can now know, if you've been watching my channel, and I hope that you have, I hope that you've enjoyed all my videos, you know that astrology is really complex and it's not just about the sun sign. Thank you for being here with me today. Go check out all my readers at Soul Navigation, and I'll see you next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Take good care. From my home to yours, mwah, wishing you the best.